What's up guys, Matt Bryers here from TRITAC Martial Arts and Channel Fight Masterclass. Today we're looking at one of my favorite techniques as Osoto Gari. It's an outside leg sweep that is popular in Japanese Jujitsu, Judo. It's one of the, and of course in MMA. I think it's actually ranked, there's ratings that came out on ESPN a while ago about the most used throws and takedowns in MMA, and I believe Osoto Gari was number 4 or number 5. So it's a very effective takedown used for self-defense, mixed martial arts, grappling, and again, it's one of my favorites. So I hope you guys enjoy. It's a deep lesson. We're going to go through a lot of different flows and how you can use Osoto Gari from a self-defense perspective, from a street fight perspective, as well as from a pure sport and MMA perspective. We'll also go over a lot of finishes on how, especially on the arm lock, a couple different variations of submitting the arm, and some basic ground and pound finishes. So, hope you guys enjoy. Thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in and subscribe to TRITAC Martial Arts, both on YouTube and Instagram, as well as Channel Fight Masterclass. Oos, thank you. All right guys, first flow we're going to work on is more from a self-defense perspective on Osoto Gari. That Leon, my partner, is going to throw a haymaker, and we're going to demonstrate and walk through the flow first, and then we'll do it on each other a few times, and we'll go into the next one. As you remember, I'll do a bigger breakdown of these videos on our training portal, as well as you find it on Channel Fight Masterclass. Okay, so first, Leon, why don't you come right here? Leon's the start of the haymaker, and we're going to use what we call the jam entry. So as he throws that haymaker, I shoot my left hand forward, almost like I'm throwing a jab, and covering my hand with my right, and I'm going to elbow Leon in the face while I take a step. Boom, the angle change. All right. Now with this elbow, I'm going to drive forward. If I need to take a reinforcement step, I will, and then I hit my Osoto Gari. Boom. When he comes down, we're just going to take our left arm, feed it underneath, expose his elbow, and get the arm break. So again, he goes a punch. Boom, enter in, elbow, step, Osoto Gari. Finish. Again. And finish. Okay. Leon's turn. So I throw that haymaker, he jams in. Boom. Throws that elbow. Off balances me. Steps. Osoto Gari. Let's keep straight. And so, just turn real quick, yep. So let's say if my elbow rotates, which can happen sometimes. What Leon's just gonna do is he's gonna take a step over my body, put the knee on the ground, and rotate for Udigrami, or essentially Americana. Again, one more time. Nice. Good, so that's your first flow, using haymakers and entrance, using a jam technique. Osoto Gari with an arm break or an Udigrami finish. And we'll break that down in a later video. This next flow we can take from a self-defense or sporting perspective, MMA sport, where I'm actually throwing punches and using that to enter into my opponent and connect to a single collar tie for a trip. So let me start you over here. So I like sometimes switching my leads on Osoto Gari, where if I find that leg is too far away, I'll switch my lead to attack the lead leg. How he accomplishes it, I throw a jab cross. Boom, boom. Now to crash in, okay? And when I make my connection, when I look for a single collar tie, so my right hand's going behind, I'm just gonna throw a knee, and as I step, I'm gonna step to the outside, switch my hands. 1, 2, that's offload him, I hit my Osoto Gari, and now we're in a simple ground and pound position. Do that again. From a jab cross, crash in, boom. Now I can start adding some walk-through steps if I need to, throwing random knees if I want, or I just kind of follow basic footwork. Boom, crash, connection, knee, step to the outside, Osoto Gari. One more time. Just walk it in, knee, step, Osoto Gari. Leon's turn. Yeah, why don't you come here. Throws a jab cross. Boom, boom, crashes in. Makes a reference on my head. He's taking a tie clinch, which is great. Boom, then he switches his stance, switches his grip. Osoto Gari, ground and pound. That is Osoto Gari from a MMA perspective, self-defense perspective. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, next one, we're gonna get in a position we call Kata Gatame, head and arm choke position. Great choking position, but also a phenomenal control position, which I can do a lot of throws and takedowns. And one of the best ones off of it is Osoto Gari. So let's look at that again. So I'm gonna use a defense that Leon's be throwing a jab cross in my head, and I parry and slip it and enter into my right hand for the Kata Gatame grip. So parry, boom, shoot that right hand through, top hand, thumb down, and now I'm gonna take a reinforcement step to his outside leg by bending him over, and I'm gonna choose to go to the ground on this one. So my right leg snakes through, extend, boom. Now make my gable grip, flatten myself out, Kata Gatame. Ride him up a little bit, chop the arm, get the Kimura grip, and I step over his head, pin the shoulder, rip it up for the Kimura finish. Let's look at that again. Boom. Walk it in, trip. Sorry, you okay? Yep. Kata Gatame. Make that grip. If I'm being a dick, knee him in the head. Chop the arm. Kimura grip. And one more time. Your turn. Nice and pinched, yes. Very nice. Nice choke. Good. Leon, smooth. One more. I think he did it better than me. That was good. Getting nice momentum coming in. So yeah, that's what's nice about this technique is once you enter in with that Kata Gatame step, it just really gets your opponent going, makes it Osoto Gari easy. So I feel like once Leon enters in, I'm just a ragdoll on his hands. So we're gonna play a little combative this one, add a headbutt and some fun dirty stuff. And we're gonna work it off of getting an underhook. So we're gonna do it now. Leon can either just give me a fighting guard reference, or he can be throwing the jab. But one of my favorite concepts is killing the lead, because killing the lead gives you a great entry point into my opponent. So on a jam, I'm gonna jam my right hand to his lead wrist, and I step forward, step forward my right leg, as I do, I'm grabbing his shoulder, feet underneath, and then I'm gonna add a headbutt, spin. So I'm coming here, I'm gonna add a headbutt, and then take a step, boom, my outside, okay? Now if I can, I'm just gonna reinforcement step to that side, but if I can, I'm gonna go 1, then take a little cross step. 2, turn into him. 3, Osoto Gari. We're back to here, or I can kneel over him, break, or Kimura. We didn't do that one with you, but. So again, he gives me that fence reference. I'm gonna jam in, boom, boom, walk in, headbutt. Now, I already got a big step, so I'm just gonna go Osoto Gari right from here. Stay with him. We can do the one where he rotates over and finish, or a kneel over trap, Kimura. One more time. Off that fence position, so my hands have to be higher than his, being very defensive, like the fight is just starting. Now I'm walking in, boom, getting my connection. Hit him if I need to. Break. 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 Leah's turn. Boom, boom. Yep. Other leg, yep. Good. As we were discussing off camera, sometimes the footwork, even on submissions, especially coming from a knee on belly or a top down position, can be a little funky sometimes, but it does make a difference where your knees are and how you are trapping your opponent. One more time. That's it. Nice. Just to reiterate, what I love about this one is it's so combative that I just have this nice, big headbutt. Boom. Which really just starts setting up my technique. That I'm driving him to that side for Osoto Gari. We can do this from a pure sportive perspective, just with the underhook, and I'll break that down in later segments. But that's a nice entry connection, that headbutt, to really get him off balance to set that Osoto Gari. Okay, next one I'm gonna do is when someone is getting a rear strangle or rear naked choke grip on us, and they are taking us backwards. This is a good opportunity to use Osoto Gari principles to take my opponent down. So, actually, why don't you come over here? So Leon's got that rear naked choke grip, okay? And what's different about this is that I've got my body going backwards. He's taking me somewhere or whatever, okay? So reset. So no matter what, whenever even though we have MMA gloves, it makes it a little harder, but no matter what, anytime someone's hands come over our neck, whether it's a playful buddy, whether I'm in a fight situation, I gotta start protecting my neck and pulling his hands down. So as that hit comes over, when we're pulling him down, I try to dig my fingers into his bicep, and I'm starting to look at the direction I'm going, all right? Then I gotta take this like a swing step, all the way around the back of his leg, pivot, bow, and then we're in a great position to hit a standing arm bar. Okay, let's look at that again. So hit, boom, hands in, whip, a little off balance there. Stop ball, finish. I look for the camera, you know? Again, boom, grabs it, swing step. Now if I miss it, I'm just gonna still try to trap that leg, and bow. Step over, and finish. All right, again. So when you are working with your buddy, pushes back, and choke. Bow. Nice takedown. Good control of the shoulder. One more time. And down. Nice, so just a nice option from re-end choke going backwards in a surprise situation. Hit that Osoto Gari by finding that weave step and hitting a bow. All right, let's go next. Okay, let's get in a little bit of weapons too, because Osoto Gari does really well against some certain weapon attacks. We're gonna use the stick, and my opponent is coming at a blinding, downward, aiming for my head. And does it feel very similar to what we did for our Haymaker reference? We're gonna use that jam technique and then entering for Osoto Gari. Actually, want to come up here. So, he throws it, all right, I jam, now right from here, I'm elbowing and taking that step, bam, reinforcement, Osoto Gari. Now I keep the arm, now I'm gonna make sure I get in that tight braking position. He lets go of the weapon, oh shit, watch out for his head, and no one died. Okay, again, and, oh, he bent it, it's okay. One more. Enters in, take that elbow, step, Osoto Gari, breaks it, and I want to stay on top of him. I just pin him. Swinging at his head. Good. When we do train weapons, we always make sure that either my opponent has dropped the weapon and the weapon is far enough away from him that he can't use it again, or I end up controlling it again, or Leon in this case. One more time. That's a good one. Nice. Good control. Okay, let's add one more against the gun and we'll call it there. So we're playing a side reference, almost an execution style. Anytime we do guns and or weapons, I'll say this a lot, you have to make a decision that you are going to defend yourself. You can't just, we're doing these techniques for training and for understanding what you can do, but it is a very serious endeavor when obviously there's a weapon pointing at your head and you're about to get shot, okay? So in this position, we're gonna use a combination of Osoto Gari with a C-grip throw attack, which makes this technique kind of fun. Let's have you come kind of right here. Yeah. So there you go, that works. So here we are, execution style. I'm bringing my hands up quickly, but I'm gonna almost clear and then enter in and grab his throat. Okay, so I'm gonna come 1, 2. Right, I'm being nice on Leon right now, but this is our C grip is a very strong. You know, this feeling can be used as a weapon, but also turns quickly into a grip where I can actually grabbing, you know, his throat and making a big, just so you saw Leon, making a big reaction to someone. So if we're talking about all-around self-defense, or you're a smaller person against a bigger person, and you need to use Osoto Gari or other techniques, that C grip is nice. Okay, so here I turn in, boom. Now I trip, right to the ground, and then our break again. I'm keeping that C grip the whole time, kind of being, you know, this guy just pointed a fucking gun at me. I'm keeping that there where I actually choke him out, or break the arm, and or both. I'm okay, all right? So again, boom, oh shit. Right to the ground, finish. Little bound, I know. One more time, you okay?
Yep.
Okay, one more time. Boom, hands are here. I'm gonna bring them up, step to the outside, attack the throat, down, finish it on the ground, and then just break. Boom, so you haven't done this yet, so clear, hand to throat, reinforcement step, trip, follow it down, pin me. There you go. I know you're being nice, but I want to, you know, give me like a,
yep,
you know, almost like you're tensing your fingers. That's better. Yeah, very good, very good. And I don't know what it is sometimes about having that neck grip. It almost feels, makes a submission, I don't know, weird way easier. I feel like just having that pin, just bringing that in just makes it, I don't know, nice and tight. One more time. I'm lifting it up for you. Yeah, that's nice. Good job. Cool. Just an option against a gun. There's tons of variations, tons of thoughts on how to deal with weapons. This is one of them, using Osoto Gari. Thanks for watching, guys.